Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Jaron Wilkerson, Chairman of the Leadership Empowerment Project.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Directors, it is my great honor to welcome you to our inaugural coding ceremony. Tonight is an event 4 years in the making for our stars. For those who don't know me, I'm Jaron Wilkerson. I'm the CEO, President of the Board, and founder of the Leadership Empowerment Project. Tonight is a special night. It's the culmination of many years of hard work, but also completely unbelievable that we're doing this virtually. As 2020 began, we had visions of doing our program in person to best commemorate this moment, but we've learned to adapt. We are very thrilled that you're joining us this evening, watching this program from wherever you are. We as the board, the mentors, and of course all of our stars are so excited to see this day happen. Now, a little bit of an overview. Let me walk through what will be happening over the next few moments. Each star has achieved the goal of our program, which is to graduate with a bachelor's degree. And each of these young men, they've done this on their own with the help of their mentor. But we've asked each of their mentors to speak into and talk about what they've done. And also each young man will talk about his accomplishments that's helped him along this journey. After each duo has a chance to speak, we will then have a live coding ceremony where our 4 stars will receive their official Leadership Empowerment jackets to wear on job interviews, in the workplace, and anywhere else life takes them. Before we get into the heart of the program, though, it's very important, and I would be remiss if we didn't give a special acknowledgement to our sponsors. Before we get into the heart of the program, though, it's very important, and I would be remiss if we didn't give a special acknowledgement to our sponsors.
Fulton County Schools, Atlanta Metropolitan State College,
The John Maxwell Company, Morgan Stanley, compliments of Mr. Kelvin Petaway, Moore and Hawthorne, attorneys at law, In Motion Physical Therapy, Provenzi Management Incorporated, Shellis Management Services, and last but not least, Georgia Nurses Association, Ben Hill Pharmacy, and State Farm, Karen David's agent. And of course, we have a wonderful board, and we want to recognize them for their that they've done to help shape the direction and the caliber of our program. Let me take a moment to introduce each one of them. Vice President, Dr. John Johnson. Dr. Johnson is a military man, currently the Chief Marketing Officer of Molina Health Care based in Ohio. Dr. Johnson also is a private practice owner of an internal medicine practice in Georgia. Our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Casey Hughley. Casey is the Vice President of Marketing for an international medical device company. Our Secretary, Attorney Fernando Nasmith, serves as the Elder of the North Atlanta Church of Christ, Chairman of the Board for Greater Atlanta Christian Schools, also serves on the board for Georgia Agape, and recently appointed to the Board of Trustees for Abilene Christian University. Last but not least, Dr. Earl Hall. Dr. Hall is Associate Professor at Morehouse College. In addition, he's also an HR manager for a San Francisco-based nutrition company, a fractional manager, HR manager for St. Martin's Episcopal School, as well as board advisor for the Atlanta-based National Association for African Americans in Human Resources. Thank you again to our distinguished board of directors. This journey for both of our stars and our organization has been one of highs and lows, twists and turns, kind of like 2020. But the perseverance and the grit that each of these young men personifies is what has gotten us to this day. Here's a short video to explain a little bit more about that journey.
Now please welcome Delta pilot and mentor, Mark Ches.
Good evening. My name is Mark Ches. I'm a pilot for Delta Airlines, and I've had the privilege of mentoring Donnell Henry. I met Donnell about 4 years ago. It was the summer of 2016. He was a young man interested in pursuing an aviation degree. So we spent some time that summer getting to know each other. And we did a behind-the-scenes tour of Delta Airlines to see how an airline operates. We spent some time in the flight simulators, the Operation Control Center, the Tech Ops Center for Maintenance, as well as the Delta Flight Museum. And something else we did that summer, we did a road trip down to Middle Georgia College School of Aviation. We went down to tour the campus, which was quite impressive, and Donnell thought it would be a good fit, and I agreed. So Donnell enrolled, and in January of 2017, he began classes at Middle Georgia. Now, Donnell had already completed his associate degree, so in Middle Georgia, he was going to work on his bachelor degree and begin his flight training program. Well, a year went by. The academic portion went very well, but Donnell was not getting enough flying time at Middle Georgia. At least that's what the two of us felt. He then went to a flight school, ATP, in Gwinnett County Airport. ATP offered what was called a 6-month fast track, a real intense program that focused on flying only. You get you at least 250 hours of flight time, a commercial rating, an instrument rating, as well as an instructor rating. And Donnell, being motivated and hard charged and ready to go, and what's next, bring it on, completed this program in 5 months, which was quite an impressive feat. Well, Donnell went on to flight instruct, and he was working 6 days a week, and it took him about a year to get 1,500 flight hours, and he was able to get his airline transport pilot certification then. He was offered a job with PSA Airlines, and that was about a year ago. So what I hope for and wish for Donnell is continued success, that he continues to pursue his passion for aviation, that he continues to build his flight hours. Right now he's around 2,000. And in a couple of years that he should be able to transition to a major airline or cargo carrier in the U.S. and then can go and fly the big jets. So without further ado, I give you Mr. Donnell Henry.
First off, thank you, Mark. Hello and good evening. My name is Donnell Henry, and I'm excited to be a part of the inaugural coding ceremony by the Leadership Empowerment Project. I graduated from Atlanta Metropolitan State College, where I completed an associate's in business administration and general studies. I then transferred to Clayton State University, where I graduated with a bachelor's in aviation science management concentration. During my time in undergrad studies, I also attended ATP Flight School, where I completed all the licenses required to start my aviational career. I currently work for PSA, which is a regionally operated airline owned by the American airline family. There I work as a first officer, piloting Bombardier CRJ 700 and 900 aircraft for American Eagle. I would like to thank my mentors, Mark Shez and Greg Evans, for their continued encouragement and support. 4 years ago, I met these gentlemen as a student in undergrad who was trying to turn a childhood dream into reality. They saw my hunger for success and my ambition, and they poured into me the tools and exposure I needed to proceed down that road. By putting God before me, the fruits of their labor, and the Leadership Empowerment Project team, as well as my family's support, I am thankful, and my success is credited to everyone involved. The Leadership Empowerment Project means a great deal to me. From the mentors to each of the staff and board members, it is remarkable that there's a group of individuals who seek to prepare pathways for the generations to come. Being human, it is our nature to be selfish with our knowledge and success, but I am grateful to be a part of like-minded individuals who seek to empower and strengthen the community around us. That said, now that I've completed the program, it is my time now to give back. It is easy to give back in monetary ways. However, I seek to do more. I hope that one day I can give back by mentoring an individual so that they too can find their success like I did. In closing, I want to say on behalf of myself, my wife Imari, and my daughter, thank you, Mark and Greg Evans, for your day in and day out encouragement. To Leadership Empowerment Project team members, thank you. And a special thank you to Dr. Gerard Wilkerson. Thank you.
Now please welcome entrepreneur and mentor, Kevin Rulak.
Good evening. My name is Kevin Rulak. I am the president and co-founder of In Motion Physical Therapy. I had the pleasure to start working with Isaiah approximately 5 years ago, and we've had an opportunity to build a very strong bond. From him becoming an accomplished member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated to him attending a rival HBCU, North Carolina A&T, and helping him secure his first job in the United States Virgin Islands with Restore Physical Therapy. Isaiah has been a true trailblazer. I'm very proud to see his growth. The sky's the limit for Isaiah. He continues to display his greatness by hosting his very own podcast, as well as studying for graduate school and all the testing required for graduate school. Isaiah looks to further his education by attending a university of his choice to get his master's and possibly his doctorate degree. I'm very proud and happy to be a part of Isaiah's life and look forward to being a part of his life for the whenever he needs me in the future. And without further ado, I present to you Isaiah Garner.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Isaiah Garner. I am excited to be in this year's inaugural coding class. I graduated from North Carolina A&T State University. That's right, Aggie Pride, the #1 HBCU in America, with a Bachelor's of Science in Kinesiology, with a concentration of physical therapy. I would like to thank my mentor, Kevin Rulak. I want to thank you for your support and your guidance throughout my journey. One of the important lessons that you have taught me is to have a work-life balance. There's a song we all know by Wiz Khalifa that says, work hard, play hard. Basically, when you apply that concept to your life, you start living better. I promise you. And he also was just a person that I could count on, I could talk to when I needed to sort out or, sort out problems, or being that person to help me, transition from work or as a student to the workforce. I'm looking forward to becoming a mentor for the future generations of men who will be joining the LEP project in the near future. Thank you again, and my name is Isaiah Garner.
Dr. Gerald Wilkerson.
Hi, you just saw a picture of Dr. Ron Hall. Dr. Hall duty calls, and he wasn't able to be with us this evening. However, to try to give him justice, I'm going to speak on his behalf and introduce his mentor. Dr. Hall is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon. He is a part of an organization here in the Atlanta area where he has distinguished himself. But he really further distinguished himself in our program because he's eagerly embraced the opportunity to mentor. And his mentoring is with Rayshawn Bray, and I'm not going to steal Rayshawn's thunder. What I do want to do and highlight is the situation between Dr. Hall and Rayshawn Bray is one that is not uncommon, and that is you think you want to major in something, and then when you get a chance to actually do it, or at least touch it, you change your mind. Now, many people who don't have an opportunity to do that, I can even speak for myself, I didn't have a chance to do that. Rayshawn thought he wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon, and there's nothing wrong with that. But after about 6 months with Dr. Hall, Rayshawn realized, I think this is a great profession, but not necessarily for me. He and Dr. Hall then, and primarily through Dr. Hall, pivoted and said, okay, Rayshawn, let me help you. Rayshawn changed his major, graduated still on time, and I don't want to steal again the thunder. Rayshawn will talk about what he has done, but just an outstanding example of the opportunity to have a mentor help you navigate through what you think you want to do. And then that mentor helps renegotiate or pivots you towards something that's really more in line with what you really think is best for you. So with that being said, I'm going to give to you Mr. Rayshawn Bray.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rayshawn Bray, and I'm excited to be in this inaugural coding class. I graduated from Georgia State University with a bachelor's degree in neuroscience, and I'm currently in graduate school at Syracuse University getting a master's degree in applied data science. I would like to thank my mentor, Dr. Hall, for his guidance and support during this journey. One of the most important things I learned from him thus far is discipline. Discipline is your ability to do something you don't want to do to get a result you really want to have. Having the opportunity to get to know Dr. Hall and hear his story, the amount of discipline he's demonstrated to get to where he is today stood out a lot to me. That motivated me to stay the course I was on and keep my why at the forefront of everything that I do. The second really important thing I gained from our mentorship was confidence. Confidence is a feeling of self-assurance. It's the inner belief that you can do something, that you are enough. Seeing someone in his position made me feel like I could succeed and get anywhere that I want to go. The main reason for that is because I just saw someone that looked like me in a position that I desired. It made everything more tangible for me. Ultimately, it made me believe in myself more and realize the more you do, the more you can do. I would also like to thank Gerald Wilkerson and everyone who's a part of the LEP for giving me the opportunity to join. Without the support of the program, I wouldn't have been able to meet Dr. Hall, the other men being coded tonight, and gain the wisdom I have now. The most important thing I learned about during my time in the program is that you have to have grit. Grit is the power of passion and perseverance. It's an always forward mentality. It's the Mamba mentality. No matter what obstacles are thrown your way, if you have grit, then you can get past them. Without realizing, grit is what got me this far. And grit is going to take me everywhere I want to go from this point forward. My 3 keys for success for everyone is to have discipline, have confidence, and have grit. To the Leadership Empowerment Program, I would like to say, Thank you.
And our last mentor of the evening, Attorney James Moore.
Good evening. I'm James Moore, attorney and law partner with Moore & Hawthorne LLC, located here in downtown Atlanta. 3 years ago, LEP brought me together with Georgia State University junior Stephen Gokwa. It was a good match. Early in my law career, I worked in the entertainment law arena. Steph at the time was an aspiring music producer and actor looking for just a bit of guidance, and that is what we tried to do. So Steph would come by the office or we'd meet for breakfast to share stories and to hopefully provide just a few nuggets of practical wisdom. Well, in May of 2019, I was proud to attend Stephen's graduation from Georgia State University, which happens to be where I attended law school. So with the amazing growth in the television, film, and music industries here in Atlanta, I am confident that Steph will continue to be successful, and I'm immensely proud as he continues to earn acting and producing credits. I have no doubt that he will see his name in lights one day, and we will all get to see his face on the big screen. Now, Steph couldn't be here this evening because he's on the set of a project. So let me tell you just a little bit about what he's doing now. Since graduating from Georgia State University with a degree in media entrepreneurship, Steph has committed himself to pursuing a career in acting. Steph has secured a supporting role in a short film. He secured a lead role in an acting showcase, which I was fortunate to attend, and he has been offered a non-exclusive management agreement by a local talent agent. His future plans are to book network recurring roles or series regulars in the next year. And over the next 5 years, he plans to develop a strong portfolio in blockbuster films and TV throughout Atlanta, New York City, and Los Angeles. He also serves as a brand ambassador and also is training to do voiceover work. Stefan, I know you couldn't be here this evening because you're tied up working, which is a good thing, but I want to wish you continued success. God bless you.
Wow, what an impressive group. Now that you see these impressive young men, I'm sure you understand why we're so excited for this day to come. We will now do what we're really here for, and that's to have the official coding ceremony for each of these young men will receive their Leadership Empowerment Project coat as a graduate gift, and also a way to help them embody themselves into our organization. So let's just applaud these young men. This is outstanding. So congratulations, congratulations. They're going to get a jacket like the one that I have, and the difference though is ours has the logo on the outside. They wanted theirs on the inside, so we're going to have their jacket is on the inside. So guys, go ahead and do the honor right now. Put on your jackets. Let's applaud them again. Congratulations. You are now on the other side of graduation. We look to each of you to go out, make your mark on the world, and find ways to pour back into the Leadership Empowerment Project. There will be many who will come behind you. Thank you for laying the groundwork for those to follow in your footsteps, creating new paths of their own. Again, congratulations once again for our 4 graduates. What a powerful journey we've been on. I hope you are inspired by these young men as much as I am. While they have learned from us, we've also learned from them. Technology is one of them. Since this year has impacted our ability to be on campus, to recruit, we're looking into different ways to find more talented college freshmen and sophomores who exhibit leadership and who also have that intangible necessary ingredient called grit that Rayshawn spoke about. We know they will benefit from our program as these young men have. If you know someone, please have them reach out to us on our website, and I'll say it slowly, www.thelep, theleadership.org. We are also looking for mentors who are willing to pour their lives into diamonds in the rough, as we like to call it, to help these young men along their way to make a difference in the world. If this is someone that you know, or even if it's you, reach out to us as well. We thank you for spending some time with us tonight. We would like to again thank our sponsors, and you can see them scrolling across the screen. We thank the families and all who are involved with the Leadership Empowerment Program. We look forward to meeting you again in person in the near future once this pandemic has lifted. Until then, good night, and God bless you and your families.